Okay, so good morning. How are you? Welcome back to Morning Thoughts. Sorry, I've been busy, but good busy. I graduated yesterday from the Jesus Only Training School, and now I've been assigned to the counseling team. And just a quick one, as in, it's something God started talking to me earlier this year about, but I didn't even put it in as something I wanted to do. So I'm so excited that God is so mindful. And I think I must have mentioned it to some of my friends or something, but that's all I'd done. And I was thinking that I'm going to take a course. But now I get the opportunity. I'm so excited. Anyway, so let's go. I'm going to go through First Kings chapter 5 to 7 because we've missed out 5 and 6. So in chapter 5, we learnt about King Hiram that heard that his friend David's son Solomon was now king, and he sent a note to congratulate him. And from congratulations, next thing they are doing business. And so this one is for business owners or business people, career people too. You hear that a relative, a friend, a family friend, etc., has done something noteworthy, has written a book, is now appointed a minister, got a new job, now does something different, started a business. Reach out, congratulate them. First of all, because it's the good thing to do. But secondly, that's how opportunities are born. So from King Hiram of Tyre congratulating King Solomon, then King Solomon says that, it goes like, oh, you know what? I need to build a temple and also my house. And I need skilled people. And I need them to come from you. Are we saying that there were no skilled people in Israel? Are we? I don't know. But just from having conversations, I remember that's one of the things my pastor shared about a few weeks ago, that when you meet people, when you have those conversations, let them be deep and meaningful. Let it not just be, oh, we greeted ourselves, oh, we just called ourselves. How are you doing? What's your next project? How can I support you? How can you support me? And that's how a 20-something-year-old venture was born. Because after a 20-year-old, because when Solomon finished building the temple in 7 years, he went on to build his own, his own palace as well. So 20 years of work came out of just congratulations, just to help us think about it. So that's on the king. And then there's the many details that I struggle with. Many times I zone out once I start reading details. But I decided to read through this time. And one thing that struck me was that the Bible says that in the that there was no noise heard in the quarry, and that's because all the work that needed to be done was done at the back. I don't know how to explain it. Like, there was no noise in the place where the building was going on. So you probably won't even know that a building is going on. But there was a place, there was a site where there was noise, where the work was being completed. And the lesson for me from there is that when God is doing the working, it's in the back. People will not know. That's when He's preparing you for the temple to be used unto honor. But there's a place you have to go to the backside to go and be panel beated into shape. So the fact that it seems like nothing is happening now does not mean that nothing is happening. It just means that you're not yet ready to be taken to the place where there is no noise, because you can't get to that place and then be fixing the things that should have been fixed in the fab yard. So for those of us that are in engineering and all of that, you know that there is a fabrication yard. That's where all the noise should be taking place. That's where all the panel beating. So if you make it out of the fab yard, you have to go through a factory acceptance test before you can be accepted to leave the fab yard. If you leave without the FAT, nonsense. Sorry, I'm back. I know that I was saying something quite passionately, and I'll see if I'll remember. but it was just generally around the fact that you wait for God. When God is working on you, I was talking about factory acceptance tests. If you don't pass the factory acceptance test and you rush out of the fab yard, you will get to the site, you will not pass site acceptance test. They will return you back to the factory. So you make up your mind. You want to waste time to go forward and come back. Calm down. Let God finish his work. While you're in the fab yard, you're in the factory, calm down. He's working. So because we don't want to be hearing noise at site, that's why you are in the fab yard being panel beated and being put into shape, so that when you get to the site, you will pass the site acceptance test. So it's up to you. If you want to be walking up and down between factory and site, it's up to you. Or if you want, stay in the factory, stay in the fabrication yard, be fully developed. Let Christ be fully formed in you, so that when you go to the site, you will go and do the work. So for me, that kind of summarizes. Then of course we hear about all the many details of what they put in to build the temple and the king's palace. I'm supposed to love details as an engineer, right? But sometimes they bore me, so I try to stay awake. And so there's someone that also stood out to me. His name is Huram. We read about him in 1 Kings 7, 1 Kings chapter 7. The Bible says that he was the one that basically supervised the work, because he was the one. So why was he qualified? I don't believe that he was the only one that had the technical skills required to do the job, which takes us now to the point of honing your non-technical skills and also understanding the place of God in our connections. So in Huram's case, he was his mother was a widow from Naphtali, from the half tribe of Naphtali. I believe his dad, it says he was a man of Tyre, so his father was from Tyre. But he was uniquely placed for that role, because this was a role that had to happen in Israel, but they needed men from Tyre. So he had more or less maybe possibly gone to Tyre to get skills, and because apparently the people of Tyre had good skills in building things. So his mother was a widow, so obviously his dad was dead. We don't know what the relationship was between the mother and the father before the time of his death. We don't know a lot of the family dynamics. But Many times when you see the children of widows, they're just to be pitied, blah, 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 blah. There's just all that, I pity you something. But I'm happy that Huram looked beyond his being orphaned, because I learned that when someone loses one of the parents, the person becomes an orphan. Then when the person loses both of the parents, the person becomes double orphaned. I didn't know that until recently. I always just thought that one had to have lost both parents to become an orphan, but apparently not. Anyway, so he was already flying with one wing on earth, because one of the wings was taken away. And I believe that's what our parents are to us. They are supposed to give us some level of cover. But look at Huram's dad, even in death. The fact that he was from Tyre was half of what qualified Huram. So again, taking us back to things like our legacies and all, and we need to embrace all the experiences that God has put us through, because everything is part of the puzzle. God does not make any mistakes. Huram was positioned for that job by God, which brings us to the part that you've done all you can do humanly. You've gotten all the qualifications, you've improved your non-technical skills, your soft skills. You know how to, network, because how did King Hiram know about Huram? How did he know about him? Which is speaking to some of us that say, I just fixed my job. I just want to be the best at my job. You could be the best at your job, but if you don't have people speaking for you in the right places, how would you earn the forex that Huram earned from King Solomon? How? Would King Solomon have been walking up and down in Tyre looking for Huram? It was most likely King Hiram that recommended him. How did King Hiram get to know about him? Was he going about looking for all the skilled artisans in Tyre? So are you positioning yourself? Are you allowing God to position you? Are you joining the communities He said you should join? Are you speaking up when He tells you to speak up? Are you volunteering when He tells you to volunteer? Are you visiting people when He tells you to visit? Are you sending congratulatory messages? Or are you so shy? I'm shy. I cannot talk. I'm shy. And see, me as I'm talking, I'm shy. Honestly. You can see that I'm not showing my face because I'm shy. But it doesn't mean that your shyness or no shyness should not stop you from doing what God has told you to do. Okay? And so that's for us. Huram was skilled. We could see from all the work he did. There was no fault. There was nothing. Everything was dedicated. Everything passed the factory acceptance test and the site acceptance test. Nothing was returned for quality issues, which is another thing. When people have opened doors for you, when they've made recommendations, they've told people about you, they've referred you, are you the type of person that after we refer you, we now have to begin to explain that, oh, actually it's not me that knows her, but it was just somebody that told me about somebody that not to, because you did a bad job. If you did a great job, I'm like, yes, I know her. My bestie of how many years? Because you did a good job. We will recommend you. Shame will now not allow us farms you. Because the job you did, you did not do it well. So shame is catching us. We don't want to tell people how we really know you because you have messed up. But Sisi, everything that Huram did, he delivered top quality work. And we were able to affirm him and say, oh, he was a half Israelite. His mother was a widow from Naphtali, and he was a man of Tyre because he did good work. But I don't want to talk about some of the things that some people have shown us. When we recommend you, we open up our network to for you. Some people know gratitude, but that one is another day's talk. We don't even go back and recognize people that open doors for you, and they are vexing that nobody is recommending you again. Yeah, because the last time we recommended you, you embarrassed us. And some of you that didn't embarrass us, you minimized I don't know how to speak the English. It made it look like what we did was not an important thing. Like, oh, it was just your skill that got you there. See, the Bible says, you see a man that is diligent and skillful, he will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men. So, your skill will get you so far. But there's a part of diligence, and diligence is another topic on its own. That's the word I was looking for. So have a good day. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll try not to be a stranger again. But just that this weekend was really busy. Have a blessed week ahead, and happy new month.